Slimehouse Podcast with myself, me and Slacky on camera too, and we're just going to discuss the new Red Dead Redemption game. It's been out a while, so just letting everyone know there'll be spoilers in this. So if you've not played the game yet, you've not completed it. I mean, you've not fully completed it yet, have you? But you know enough that it's not gonna that spoilers aren't gonna ruin out. I don't want no one messaging on it like, "Oh, you spoiled the game." If you've not played the game yet,
it's full of spoilers.
It's full of spoilers. Yeah, it's going to be full of spoilers. There's so many parts in this game where it's like, what the fuck is happening now? So, just warning from the start, from the outlet, there's going to be bare fucking spoilers. But like straight off the bat, mate, what do you reckon to the game?
As an whole story,
as a whole,
probably one of the best games I've ever played. To be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I knew it were going to be good. Obviously, it's Rockstar who's done it, but fucking hell. Well, I didn't get it straight away, did I?
No.
I thought, well, because I was playing Call of Duty, I thought I'll get it a bit then and let hype wear down. And oh man, I wish I'd have got it straight away.
Well, I haven't bought a game since GTA 5 because I get too immersed in games. I get too immersed in them. I fucking put a game on and then my whole life just folds and it all just revolves around the game, and I don't want to go out. I don't want to fucking live in real world anymore. So I try to not buy that many games. So I bought Crash Bandicoot and a few other little ones to piss about on. But like in regards to a game that I know I were going to get stuck into, this is one that were on cards for a long time. How long's it been since GTA? 8 years, you think?
Since GTA?
8 years.
Is that what it is? No, I think that was
no, not 8 years. 6 years. Oh, the last Red Dead was 8 years. It's got to be about 5 years. It's got to be. It is. It's 5 years since GTA.
PS4
I don't even mean the PS4 version. I mean,
yeah, but it not been out that long because they brought it out for both consoles, didn't they? It come out obviously on free first.
360.
It might be about 4 or 5 years.
So it's been a long anticipated game, and obviously 8 years since the first one. For a game that's as intense and as open world as GTA with cowboys.
Look at sales that it's done.
Yeah.
I think it took 725 million first week.
Yeah, way more than any movies.
Beat Avengers and everything.
Yeah,
which
fucking
is
killing it.
Madness.
And it's a testament to how good it is, because everyone I know that's played it, whether they're a hardcore gamer or like a casual gamer like me, they're saying it's like the best game that they've ever played.
People I've shown who's not even into gaming, my mum and dad, when they pop round and I've been playing it, they can't even believe it's a game. You know?
I know a few people that's bought it, like Ricardo and that don't really game anymore, just because they can't get over how fucking unbelievable it looks. They probably won't even end up completing it, or if they do, not anytime soon. But like,
I ain't been into this game for I was playing God of War, which everyone were going mad.
Yeah, you're a big gamer, innit? You'll buy all the new games. I don't.
It's been a long time since I'm staying on it till 4 in the morning. You know? I don't want to turn it off. God of War, it were good, and Horizon Zero Dawn, they were alright, but then, like I say, I haven't played a game like this for a long time.
Well, that's the fucking reason my sleeping pattern's so messed up at minute. I usually have a pretty bad sleeping pattern, but this has took it to a next level, because every time you go on, don't you, and you're like, oh, I'll just have an hour, just have half an hour while I'm waiting for something to export, and before you know it, you've done 3 hours, and it's fucking birds are singing outside, and it's time.
That's because you can't just go and do a mission. You have to wait at mission, like, fucking hell, what's that smoke over there? Then you go, then you're fighting out blokes, and then before you know it, you've seen a bear, so you start chasing that, and then 2 hours have gone. Yeah, even don't mission yet.
But they're not even shit events. It's not like, oh, I can't be arsed with this fucking bullshit. I just want to get on with the game. All missions are good. All side missions. So I'll probably talk a little bit more about story, and you'll probably talk a bit more about the side quests, because I smashed through the story within a few days. I'd done like chapter 6 last week, and I'm saying to everyone, what chapter are you on? And they're like, oh, chapter 3, chapter 4, and I'm like, oh, I need someone to talk to about this story mode. But then you've gone and hunted all legendary animals, done loads of side quests.
I don't think I started main story properly till probably about 2 days into having it, you know.
Yeah, because you were
I'm obsessed with finding some of the stuff I found's unbelievable.
You're just constantly sending me pictures of like, I've just found this mad helmet, I found this mad gorilla
stuff that
in a
means
cage.
It means nothing.
Yeah, there's so much that means nothing in the game. Like you found a fucking gorilla in a crate, a UFO, dinosaur bones, which is like a side quest, a fucking Viking tomb, vampire. Loads of shit. That
mad like fucking mutant thing. Like all animals that have been stitched together like Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, someone's like stitched loads of... Do you find out what that's for or anything?
No, he just gets his journal out, sketches what it is, and then there's like loads of pictures all around room where it like tells you weight of crow's wings and that, just random stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't get out to take away from it, nothing.
No.
No.
That's one of the things that's annoying. Like sometimes you'll find like a crazy house and you're like looking all over. I found earlier when I was playing on your game, I found like an underground like them storm shutters that open like a basement. Went in looking around.
Yeah, I've probably been in that same one.
Well, there'd be no. I looted it.
Because I was convinced. Oh, there was stuff to loot. Because I found one there was nothing. You couldn't pick up a tin of beans. The whole house were big. There were no inside it, and there were shutters that were open. I thought, oh, you're definitely getting in.
Some nice shit, yeah.
There were no.
There's a well outside the house. Oh, I think it's that house with them freaks in it. There's them incest freaks that drug you. In their garden, there's a well, and I went all the way down to the bottom of a well, and all they were just some fucking 25 cents.
Gonna say I found a well earlier today actually in Bearclaw, but it's that mission where you go with Sadie, and there's that bear waiting for you. Do you know?
Yeah.
So I saw that there were a well mid-mission. I thought I'm coming back here. So I went to it and went down, and there were a loot box with about $100 in it.
And it's the different bear, isn't it? It's the one that you kill at start.
It looks exactly it's got to be different. So I've killed it.
Yeah,
so it's got to be different.
Big scarred up face.
But it looks pretty much the same. But it looks like he's got more scars on his body. So I did also go back up there, hoping it'd be still there, but
it weren't.
No. Whether that's
I killed it there and then.
Mine didn't.
No, I didn't. I fucking shot it. I shanked it in its neck, and he's still
and she shot
dead.
It and all.
I don't think you can kill that. You must have to go back for it or something. But yeah, I mean, just talking a little bit about the story of the game. As most people know, it's a prequel, and I didn't even know it were a prequel because I purposely didn't do too much research on this game before, and it's because I kind of thought I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get the game just yet because I know it'll take over my fucking life. I'm trying to finish Unit 11 and do work, and I thought I can do without getting a game that takes over my world. But then Ricardo bought a copy for someone, and they'd already got it. He bought it for their birthday, so he gave it me. So I had to fucking play it, and I goes, I'll do some playthroughs and that kind of thing. So I didn't even know it was a prequel until John Marsden turned up. When you rescue Marsden off the stop. So the start of it just opens up. You're playing as this dude Arthur, and you've got like a gang of like cutthroat outlaws, but they're like good bad guys, aren't they? They're like honourable baddies. They're like they're baddies, they're bank robbers and that, but they don't go murking innocents.
No, you like
them,
don't you?
They don't rape women. They don't.
So it's like the Robin Hood tale, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. Very much so. Yeah, very much so. And I like how his crew's just a mad mixer out. You got women, you got different races, you got all different people that all have a role in this gang. One's just like the cook. They've got like a reverend with him and stuff. All people. Basically, story is Dutch and Hosea. They was together years ago, and this is like over years. People, the old straddlers, they've picked up along the way, and they've formed that crew. So it starts, and you're in the snow, aren't you? And they've done a big heist, haven't they, in Blackwater, and all got run out of Blackwater, and all the money from it Dutch has got it stored.
I thought it were a bit annoying at first.
In snow. Took
a bit.
ages to get out of the snow.
Is this going to be the pace of the game? Do you know? Because it did take a long time to actually give me reins of game. Do you know?
I find that, but I reckon that because it was same. We're not going to talk about this yet. We'll talk about it later when we get into that part of the game. But like, there's parts of the game where you think, oh, I'm fucking, what's this pissing about? I'm doing here for no reason. But as you get into it, you realise that there is a reason why I'm doing this shit. That there is a reason why I'm learning how to hunt and fucking rope a horse and all this stuff, because it's all stuff that you're going to need later on in game. So it does seem a bit pointless and annoying because you just want to get straight into it. It's only because we're impatient.
With wolves.
Yeah, so I couldn't quite understand. I can't remember why would John hanging off a cliff.
I don't know if he'd abandoned camp or because his wife, she weren't happy with him, or his girlfriend.
Yeah, they're always at each other's neck. Him and Abigail with a little kid.
Like Arthur seemed to have got a bit of bad blood with him. Didn't he?
Oh yeah, Arthur didn't like that he'd ran away or something.
Yeah,
he was he abandoned us. Yeah, he must have ran away and then he got fucked.
There might be more to it that we just missed. He might have been trying to go and get money back from Blackwater or something. Do you know? There's some reason why he left.
The thing is, because you're playing through the game so quick. I was watching all cutscenes, but obviously you don't get roped into it straight away like that. So I was watching them, but obviously I was very aware that I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my buttons and that and what to. I'm not concentrating too much on story at that part. I didn't even clock at first that Sadie Adler was the girl that you rescue at the start.
No, I didn't.
I thought she was just part at camp, and then I watched back when I was drawing it the other day at like her scenes, and I thought, oh yeah, of course, that's the bird that you rescue at the start of the game, which made sense because I thought, why is this girl all of a sudden that's in the camp just decided she wants to be a bloke? She wants to dress like a bloke and be a gunslinger. Why she
not done it earlier on?
And that makes a lot of sense. So I could do with watching that little bit of story back.
I'm going to replay it again.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
I'm going to try and platinum trophy, so there's certain things that you've got to do.
There were lots of stuff I fucked off because I wanted to get on with storyline, and someone had come over to you like, "Hey John, have you got a minute?" And I'd be like, "No, I ain't got a minute."
Like stuff with Mary. I met Mary once, and then when we were at St Denis, she wanted to meet again. And I thought, well, I'll go and see her soon. And then it got to the stage, then it missioned that
She's part of your camp, though, isn't she?
No.
That Mary, that bird who...
No, John Arthur's wife.
Oh,
his
that
girlfriend,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Who keeps sending him letters and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I never got to go and see her again. You do that mission where you help a brother out. Do you know what I mean? You have to take him back.
Fucking hell, yeah. With that weird colour. I've never gone back up there either since.
No.
Since I did that. So, I mean, just the scope of this game is fucking unbelievable. It's the biggest game I've ever played. Like, 2 discs just to fucking install the map. Like, is unbelievable with the
to
size
get that
of it.
graphic as well. You know, some games you have to sacrifice your graphics for content, whereas this, it seems
graphics are unreal.
You know, I can't fault anything.
I didn't clock either though until after I'd completed a game that you can do that, where you set your waypoint, you run, and then you just fucking put cinematic mode and it just runs for you. But you can't leave it. I've put it on that cinematic, so you can run through the game. You can set a waypoint. You can start getting up some momentum, then you hit your cinematic button, and it'll just run towards the waypoint automatically. But I put it on and then come in here and started talking to Claudia, and the next minute, I'm getting shot at and that by fucking by robbers and stuff. So you can it makes it easier than running. Obviously, you're on horses, innit? You're not in cars like GTA. In GTA, you just hold down your accelerator and you can just drive.
Also, the difference with GTA is, if you get in a car, you can just drive over every hill.
Yeah.
Fly off rocks. It don't matter, does it? You're safe in that car. Whereas on that horse, you literally hit a little rock and you're on floor.
You go flying. I think it's a bit of a glitch sometimes. I'm going to talk a little bit later about the stuff that I don't like about the game. That's definitely one of them. Is that so I've been running and there's the slightest little rock in floor and it sent me fucking flying, proper somersaulting through air. Just a little bit more with story. So you're in this camp of fucking outlaws. You've escaped Blackwater, but you wanted dead or alive in Blackwater, which you'll remember off the first game if you played it. And you can't go back there. If you try to go to Blackwater on the map, you just get shot straight away. There were a few times I tried, and every time I went anywhere near it, I was just getting shot from every direction.
See, I didn't try, mate.
Yeah, you get fucked up bad. Like, I do know some people that snuck past. Yeah, that snuck past.
I do. I know people who's gone in and tried to uncover as much as they could before they died.
Yeah, definitely.
You're dying, aren't you?
Yeah, because they're just going to chase you all the way through, and then you end up being stuck in the middle of fucking nowhere and got to ride back. I reckon it takes a good fucking 15-20 minutes to ride from one end of the map to other. If you just set waypoint from one end of the map to other,
and that's without encountering.
If you don't encounter
straight
nothing.
Run. And odds of getting a straight run from one side of the map to other is
very, very unlikely. Also, I never used to go pathway. I'd be riding up every fucking cliff fruit forests and everything, which is why I expected to find more when I was doing story, but you found way more than me.
It's weird. Some of the stuff I've seen, like early days of playing, and then now I've played it, I cannot find it again. I just ain't got a clue where I've seen it.
You went looking for all that I ain't done none of that serial killer that's got people all chopped up, hanging up. There's a serial killer, like a side story.
There's the rock carvings to find. I've done them.
Yeah, that's weird, but that's after, isn't it? Or was that before? That's down near Blackwater, though, isn't it?
No.
Towards that guy.
No, that's all in the first part again.
Is it? I thought it was near Blackwater. Because I've started doing them rock
carvings. He is kind of near
guy.
Blackwater because he's near Strawberry.
So it started the game. You're near Valentine, which is the first town, and I like how the camp keeps moving. You're constantly on the move. You set up a camp, and then the law get onto you, and you got to move to the next place, which takes you like around. And each part of the map's completely different, isn't it? So its first part, you're in mountains in snow. Then you move to probably more traditional North America kind of place.
Rambo settings, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you move to Louisiana, that's it's like Florida. Louisiana, Florida, gators and swampland and shit like that, and then Saint Denis, which is like a big fucking industrial city, and it just takes place in a time where the West was not wild. It was just losing its wildness. They were bringing in a lot more law and that kind of thing, and it wasn't as much of an outlaw fucking wasteland like the spaghetti westerns that we know. It were after Civil War.
Because there's references to Civil War.
Yeah. There's a lot of Civil War shit.
Like a Civil War camp.
Yeah, you end up staying very close to it. You move into that big mansion. Right, you end up near a Civil War camp. So there's lots of stuff. I'm not going to go through the story play for play because we'll be fucking here all day. But I loved the story and the characters by the end of it. You went on a mission. You went on several missions with each individual character, so you proper got to know each character. And then, so when you did one with a few characters, it was like, oh, these are going to be funny because I've got this fucking mad cunt Micah, and then I've got Lenny, who's like just a bit of a yes man kind of thing. We'll just do it because he's young together. But one of my favourite, I love that mission at the start where you've got to fight that bloke in bar. That were right good, where you learn how to fight good.
Oh,
and he fucking throws you through a window and you're covered in mud.
Good on it, yeah.
Right good. You feel you proper bang each other out. It were mad that I thought, because GTA is right known for its prostitutes and that kind of thing, but you can't do none of that on this game.
No, I know.
I don't know if it's to keep Arthur honourable, and obviously later on, you obviously when you change, because basically through, that's like I said, spoilers, you stop playing as Arthur halfway through and you start playing as John. Not kind of halfway through, but towards the last fucking final part of the game, Arthur dies and you become John, which I'll talk about. We'll talk about that after. But yeah, so they were sick fighting. Even in that town Valentine, all little weird mad shit you can do. There's like some weird little thing going on behind the doctors, isn't there, where you can go in there and you can do some shit
illegal,
with the doctors.
O'Driscoll gang.
Yeah. O'Driscolls were like the dudes that you're fighting at first, aren't they? That's like your first antagonists to the O'Driscoll gang, as well as the law that are after you. You've also got some deep-seated fucking beef with this gang called the O'Driscolls, all these brothers that are after you. And he's a right cunt, the leader at O'Driscolls. Colm O'Driscoll. Yeah, he's a right dickhead. So you've got
good when you see the fucker hang, innit?
Yeah, fucking
when he
hell.
Thinks he's when he thinks he's very clever.
Yeah, all them bits, you get so into the game. Like it's on Peaky Blinders fucking like scenario, that kind of thing.
You don't want to skip a cutscene.
Yeah, there were a couple of like Arthur Shelby kind of moments, I thought, where you're like, oh, they're sneaky bastards.
I even dressed mine to look like a Peaky Blinder.
Yeah, for some missions.
Flat cap on and braces on.
It is. So yeah, you end up moving camp, and then that's when then there's all different animals. So you go to that part where you're in Louisiana's kind of area, and there's all gators. Remember the first time I seen a gator, I was like, fucking sick gator.
Sent me a picture, didn't you?
Yeah, we were always sending each other pictures. So I blasted through the story because I got so enroped in it, and I was right into characters. My favourite mission, the first mission that I played, and I was like, yo, this game is fucking sick, the proper. And I get so into games, it will give me fucking heart palpitations playing it. It's when Jack gets kidnapped. John Marston's got a kid, Jack. Like he's only like 5, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he gets fucking kidnapped by these big family that you're working for, aren't they? You're working for like there's a point in the game where you move to what's it called? Rhodes. Yeah, when you move to Rhodes and you end up working for the sheriff because he as a lawman, don't you? A deputy. You end up working as deputies because he don't know that you're fucking cutthroats on run.
But he kind of does though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kind of does later on, yeah.
I think he would just like using you, while you left something.
So you're working for him and the other family consecutively, aren't you? And then they end up robbing your fucking kid.
I don't know, I thought there were 3 parts to that. I thought there were the sheriff.
There's the
and
sheriff.
Then there's 2 families.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, but that sheriff's part of one of the families.
It's a bit like Romeo and Juliet, isn't it?
Yeah, but sheriff is part of one of the families, I swear he is. Yeah, so you end up, you go after this family to get their kid, and at this point you've only done missions where there's like a couple of you, or if you've done ones where there's more than a few, like at start, I remember there's a big shootout with the O'Driscolls, but you don't really know any characters by that point. So by this point you go on this mission to get this kid back from this house, and each individual character, they're all sick in their own way, and there's 80 riding out in the big fucking crew. Turn up outside house, and Dutchess just jumps off his horse and is like, bring that boy out here now or we're coming in kind of thing, and they just start shooting.
And John's in, it's his fucking son,
isn't it? And he's going, just calm down, John. He's like, you're alright, your head's in the game. Yeah, and that's a sick mission.
And then they just like pretty much, we're having it anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, you shoot all fucking house up, burn it down, take kid out, fucking leave that woman without nothing, Proper. I wanted to shoot her in the head. I wanted an option.
I thought she was gonna get it.
Shoot the bitch, kill her, she's fucking horrible. And then that bit, so this is when people start getting popped off in it, because you go up to the sheriff, because you're meeting him, and Arthur keeps saying, there's something dodgy going on. There's something dodgy. Why is he asking us to meet us in this bait place at a bait time? And the next minute, pow, that guy just gets his head clean took out. The Irish dude, I forget his name.
Yeah, and the big characters to your camp, aren't they?
Yeah, big characters. You've done a few missions with
him. It's like Game of Thrones, isn't it? It's no one is safe in that
anyone
game.
Can get it. In Red Dead, anyone can get it.
It's not like where GTA is, where someone who you might have seen once or twice, you're not bothered if they cap it, but someone who's done some missions where who's got dialogue, you think he's not going to know.
And you start getting invested in characters, you're like, I hope he don't die. But yeah, I can't remember that Irish guy's name, but he's a big character because you do a few missions with him and he gets popped in, and that's a right shootout in town. There's so many good shootouts. and I'm just hammering that fucking remedy all the time. You can get like a miracle tonic, can't you, that just revives your energy, but you need to pop it quick because it's not like you just press it and it revives. You have to actually screw the lid off and drink it. If you leave it to stage and
all, have you noticed that when he's nearly dying, it comes up, doesn't it, saying press right and deep?
Yeah, but he's still got to go.
It's so hard. You've got to be fast to do that and not die.
Yeah, you've still got to think.
I can't think what my favourite mission is.
And I didn't really fucking... You don't really use Deadeye, but I've used it loads since. The Deadeye I never really fucking used again until like our like near a completed game. And it comes in right handy. Deadeye. When there's a few guys shooting it, you click into that and you can bang, 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 bang. I
think the only time I've used it is not to help me, but just to add that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I like that these guys.
Check me out. I can take all 5.
Eight
like
guys turn up.
Eastwood.
8 guys, and then you just like. And you just fucking shoot. Even reloading.
Sometimes it does it auto for you, doesn't it? On certain things. Yeah. A bear comes and things
sometimes
like that.
when you're killing an animal or something, it'll go instantly into Deadeye. But that's a raid mission, and then by that point you've got to move. So where'd you move from there? You move. Oh yes, you move to. You get kidnapped, don't you? By the fucking thingy comes back. So you go back to your house and you're all having a nice fucking party and everything because you've got that
Kieran
kickback.
comes down.
Kieran comes and he's got his head took off. You rescue him from a cage at the start of the game, don't you? If I remember. Yeah, Kieran comes down. But I remember, I can't remember how much of the character I invested into that guy. So when he come down, I can't remember who it were. But I think it's from this point, once Kieran's dead, where you know all characters really well. So when they start getting popped off, it's like a big deal. You get kidnapped by Colm. You go to meet Colm. To have a meeting with him.
You're sniping on Ill, aren't you?
Yeah, and then you're sniping on Ill, and you're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna tech come out. You're just ready, aren't you?
You're just waiting.
He meets up with Dutch to do like a truce, and you think so. You're just there just in case Alt fucks up. Next minute you get whacked in back at head, and then you wake up and you've got none of your fucking clothes, none of your items, and you're hanging upside down, and you've got to escape. And that's the first time you hear that song. I swear it plays twice. That song when like it's all like fucking weird and psychedelic and slow motion, and there's like that song playing as you escape.
The one is it the same song when? You're riding off on Oath towards end when he's accepted his.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's that. I think it's that same song. So by this point in the game, I've had my same horse throughout the entire game. At the start of the game, you get given a Shire horse, and I've kept that same horse. That's the one I've kept throughout the entire fucking game. Just make note of that. Yours had died around this time, but you got another one, hadn't you, that you trained up for a long time after
No, mine had not died. I made mistakes. It gives you that Shire.
Yeah.
So I made a mistake of selling it because I assumed that if I sell it, I'll be able to there'll be a good selection of horses. You know, your first time of buying and there's like 2. So I bought one that's crap. Shit. I called it Fleabag and I hated it. I didn't even want to get on back of it. Then I ended up catching that blue one. And then the blue one I had for ages and ages. And that's one that got killed by bounty hunters.
Yeah. So halfway through the game, because you got bounty. Yeah, that's another thing. Anyone who's bought it, I've said to them, I go, listen, pay off your bounties because it's not worth losing. If you lose your horses, for the sake of 30 quid or something, $30, you're just riding around doing your thing, and next minute bounty hunters come out, and sometimes you don't see them coming, and they'll just shoot your horse. Even if you kill them, they take your horse, and then your horse is dead. Your horse is dead, and you've trained that horse from start, and it takes a long time to build rapport with it. I've got a new horse now, and it takes a long time to build, because every time, the more you stroke your horse and feed it and groom it, it turns a bit RPG, that your horse has better stamina, so it don't get tired when you're running. It'll follow you into hell.
Whistling.
Yeah, it comes further when you're whistling. Follows you into hell, and it never. And there's times where like if there's a predator, it throws you off at back, and I think it does all that less when you've built your horse up good, so you can get a right good bond of it. You name it and stuff. So where were we? Oh yeah, so you'd come back after being kidnapped, and then that's when you move to. You've been to Saint Denis at this point or not? Saint Denis, which is just a bit about Saint Denis. It's massive. Again, like all different parts of the map.
When you got kidnapped, weren't that when you went? Because you go to 2 camps in Rhodes, don't you? You go to an actual camp next to Lake, and then you move to mansion. Yeah,
you move to mansion.
So I'm trying to think when he gets caught by
is it before or after that?
When he goes, is it at camp?
No, because I think that when they come, that's the final shootout you have with them when they come to you. Apart from like the end one, they come to your house and you have a big shootout with them. And did they burn it all down or something? Oh no, just after them, Law turn up, don't they? Law turn up not long after, and you've got to fight all Law.
When do you go to Cuba then?
That's when you're in. That's when you go to Saint Denis to do a fucking. Yeah, you're right. I'm getting mixed up.
I'm getting a bit mixed up.
Well, anyway, at some point you end up going to Saint Denis, which is a massive. Saint Denis is like a game map on its own. Just Saint Denis, which is a massive industrial city full of people, full of shops and buildings.
Cobbled roads and stuff.
Proper, it's like Assassin's Creed or something, innit? Reminded me like Assassin's Creed kind of setting. There's horse and carts driving around and all sorts of shit. And
like Peaky, isn't it? Like Peaky Blinders.
very much so. And you're working for that Angelo Bronte, which is like some mad Italian fucking mafia dude. And I like, there's a bit where there's a couple of them missions I like. So what this game does is it keeps switching it up, so it's not just the same thing. It's not just shootout. Up until that point, it's a lot of shootouts, isn't it? And then when you get to this point, you start working for this gangster. You have to put like a tuxedo suit on and go around a party. And it reminded me like Hitman, proper like Hitman. You've got to walk around party smoozing with a glass of wine and a cigar.
Being detected and
nick stuff and take people out without being detected. And there's a couple in there like that. There's that and then there's that one on board where you've got to get suited and booted. So that's a very good mission. But so after that, you end up robbing a bank in Saint Denis, and it all fucks up, doesn't it? You're there 2 minutes. You're there 2 minutes, and all coppers just turn up and like, oh, how the fuck did they know? And it's happened before as well, didn't it? You rob a bank and it happened before. Coppers turned up with you in 2 minutes. Like, how the fuck do they know that we're here? I think it happened 3 times by this point. There's 3. You do 1 in Valentine, you do 2 in Saint Denis or something, and you keep getting rattled. So you're fucking having a shootout. Lenny gets killed, who's one of your boys. He's another one that just gets fucking popped. Yeah, and then Marsden gets arrested, and you have to hide in that building.
I think he gets killed and all.
Hosea,
that old guy.
Oh, I loved Hosea and all. He were proper. I think he was like Dutch's. He was like Dutch's fucking yin and yang.
Reminded me of Ocelot revolver from. Is it Ocelot revolver?
From what?
From Metal Gear. Revolver Ocelot, is it?
I didn't play them enough growing up.
Yeah, that's what he reminded me.
But he were like his fucking, he were like his balance, weren't he, Dutch? Yeah. Anytime Dutch were a bit up here, Hosea was like, no, we need to keep it down. Even he'd listen to him because they were being boys for so long. So once Hosea got popped, then everything changed. So you've got you spend ages escaping Saint Denis, don't you? You hide at night, and then you get on a boat, and you end up on a boat because all this time he's saying we need to leave America. Fiji? He keeps saying we want to go to Fiji.
All sorts of places.
Yeah, he keeps saying Tahiti. We need to go to Tahiti. Yeah. So you're gonna go to Tahiti. So you end up stowing away on this boat, and then there's a fucking proper shipwreck. There's a storm, and you end up, and the boat ends up crashing, and you fucking end up washed up on a mad beach in like some fucking tropical island, Guam. It ain't Guam, is that off Cuba? You end up, and it's a completely different setting, so all of a sudden it looks like Tomb Raider or Uncharted or something. Massive fucking jungle that you're in. It
is like Uncharted. All that level were like an Uncharted game, I thought.
With all these guerrilla
fast-paced
fighters. You've got a ton of fucking guerrilla fighters there. Let me just move this mic a bit closer. That are all like wrapped up in their own war, but because you're there, they're like, we'll help you get off island, but you've got to fight with us because you can't. Any boat that tries to leave this island is going to get shot.
It was like a mad little bit of game, weren't it?
It was like a completely changing tone, completely different map that I'm not sure if you can get back to. I ain't gone that far yet. I'll know by the time we do next one of these because I'll have tried to get to it then. But yeah, you're in an island with fucking parrots and iguanas and mad creatures and that kind of thing, and there's like this horrible dictator running like a tobacco plant or some shit there, and he's treating all these people like slaves.
You must be able to go back, or if you can't, because when I was looking at Lister Animals, there were about 3 different types of snakes there.
Yeah, you must be able to go back. They must be.
If not, you've got to get them all.
Yeah,
you get a very brief moment where you can kind of free roam
that's
for a
it.
little
You get
bit.
a free bit way. But I went all around that map and you couldn't really.
You kind
do
of
much.
blocked in, and if you got too much further out, you got instant like wanted dead or alive, didn't you?
It reminded me of like Doc Savage or like some old like fantasy, some old like adventure novel or something in it. You ain't got your cowboy yet, you've got like open shirt and aren't you? More like look a bit more swashbuckler. Yeah, very sick. But I loved it. Proper change up in tone, knowing that it's going to go back to cowboys at some bit, but just a nice little change in tone, very different. Firing fucking cannons off a thing, blowing ships
literally.
up. But and you meet that guy with one arm and that, don't you? There's all them like fucking gorillas.
A lot of them
there.
have got one arm, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been fucking getting them hacked off. So yeah, you've got that mad guy there. But when you first get on that beach, you're walking for ages, aren't you? Fucking ages. I thought Slacky's going to be getting right pissed off at this bit. Ages. You're going to want to turn game off.
There were a few bits like that where I just like, fuck
you're
me.
Dazed and you're walking. Yeah.
Just let me get on with game.
There were no need for it to be that long, but it kind of shows how fucking dazed you were. But you end up regrouping, doing this mission in Guam, and then you overthrow a dictator. What I found is every time you went anywhere, they were like, oh, there's a tyrant that runs these parts. He's horrible. Every time. Angelo Bronte, fucking Colm, the law guy that were every time you went somewhere there was some tyrant that you had to overthrow. And it got to a point where any time you got to a bit where you're speaking to some people and they're like, oh, there's a guy that runs these parts, he's horrible. I'm like, he's fuck all. I've seen it. I've dealt with him 100 fucking times before.
Pistols that'll sort that
I've took out everyone that come in front of me. This guy's no fucking different. I took Angelo Bronte, big fucking mafia leader, and he was dead. He's done. Oh, I also noticed while I'm on the subject, Saint Denis is the only place you can get them guns that Mafia use. It looks like a Luger, a Mauser kind of gun. That were only time you could get that. And there's a bit later on in it when he sees them, but John's not seen him at that point, and he says to Charles, he's like, "What fucking gun's that?" He goes, "What guns are they?"
Yeah, and pistols.
And he's like, "You don't get them up north or up the way, up in west or some shit like that." So anyway, you eventually get back from Guarma. And you come back, and all your camps moved, and they're living in this like mad little haunted place, aren't they? It's got skulls outside on spikes, and they're like, "Oh, it's a fucked up place." No, before caves, the one before caves. You ride that road, and there's skulls on spikes, and you're only there 2 minutes, and then law turn up and burn it all down. But you turn up, and it's like, "Who put skulls outside?" And they're like, "Yeah, this is like a cursed area or something, so no one comes here. Everyone's scared to come." But it's back in like the roads kind of area. There's gators and that around. But you're literally there for 2 minutes. Yeah. You come back and you've not seen your fucking camp
because you do that bit with Gatling gun, innit? We say
yeah. You get on Gatling gun. Yeah. Again, so just Sadie Adler from start of game was just like a widowed woman that you rescue that's just like being terrorised, raped, or whatever's fucking gonna happen to her because her husband's dead, and they've had hold of her for 3 days saying they've been doing shit to me. So you take it they've been fucking doing some fuckeries, and so by this point she's loves a fucking set of guns. She dresses like one of the blokes with cowboy hat. Yeah, exactly, and she's ruthless. She'll fucking go with anyone in it. She wants it.
You see a bit when back at that mansion when they come to raid mansion. It's like go and find Sadie. Yeah, you go around back and she's just fucking shanking all these blokes. Yeah, she's covered in blood. She's going mad. She's my favourite character by far with Sadie Adler, and I love a good arc. I love a character arc, especially someone that's a nobody that becomes like one that's fucking most feared. It's like the Arya Stark thing, innit? In Game of I didn't
Thrones.
really get that click with her for me.
Oh, I did. It took me a while because I'm so used to playing John Marston and the fact that John Marston was in it. I think if it was a whole new cowboy story, not to do with them, then I would have been warm. But obviously, it'd be like if you were playing fucking GTA now and you didn't play as Trevor, you played as someone else, but Trevor were in it, you'd be like, "I want to play as Trevor, that's my guy," or whatever. So it'd probably be a bit like that. Or if you were, I don't know, you're playing Tomb Raider or when you're playing as someone else, you'd be like, "Who the fuck's this? I want to play as Laura." So that's on it thing. But I did warm to him after it. I proper warmed to him. And then it's just after this when you rush riding, you're doing a mission, aren't you? Riding into Saint Denis on your horse, and you just start coughing. You're like, "Fuck's going off?" Falls off horse. Doing that dazed thing where he's walking around fucked.
Like drunk, innit?
And some guy picks you up and he takes you to a doctor. And doctor's like, "It's not good news. You've got tuberculosis."
Fucked, innit?
Yeah, which a lot of cowboys died of.
Yeah.
You've seen that film Tombstone with fucking Kurt Russell and everyone. Russell and what's his fucking name? Val Kilmer and that.
He got cattle, innit?
Yeah,
they carry it, don't they?
Tuberculosis. So he's got tuberculosis. They're like, "It's not good news because I can give you some stuff to suppress it, but
you're fucked."
Yeah, you're fucked basically. There's no cure for tuberculosis. That's why we have a TB jab now, innit? When we're little, because he's still a fucker. But luckily we can counter that in this day and age. So this is when you start seeing that black wolf turn up, innit? You see a black wolf. There's like a fucking wolf's face that keeps turning up, and then you see it studying road and then running off, and I'm like, that's death catching up with him. That's going to be
game
death.
Goes on, you see wolf closer and for longer, don't you?
So at this point, you kind of think, I think Arthur's going to fucking croak, and then there was this was my theory, but in the end it were pointless because when you're in your camp, you can do up your camp and you can do up your fucking little tent. You can get a nice bearskin rug or whatever, like different cougar skin rugs and things, and you can do up your tent and Arthur's tent and John's tent. So I'm thinking, well, surely that must be because you play as John later on. That's it. Why would you do his fucking tent up? No reason, because when you've moved camps by end of it, you don't even have a camp anymore. So it was all that running around getting a gator's head and that for your wall.
I'm not sure if now that he's got obviously moving towards end of game, John's got his own ranch, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, outside it, there's a big stag's head bone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can.
Maybe.
I ain't even tried.
Yeah, I hadn't looked into it enough. I'm still not been on that bit for a long.
I was expecting a way like you can do your camp up, with that, what were it called, that book that you used to go to?
The Ledger.
Yeah,
the Ledger.
I was expecting to be something like that, you could put your money in
they
from
probably
your grind.
is. I hadn't looked enough into ranch. You probably do some farm shit. But before all that happens, Arthur finds out that he's dying, and then you start working. There's a few little bits where you think you might be getting better, because you go work with the Indians, don't you? This is when you start meeting up with the Indians after you've killed Bronte and this kind of... Yeah, because you go back and fuck Angela Bronte up, don't you?
Yeah.
Or maybe this is after Guarma or before. I can't remember, but you fuck him up. And then you're working with the Indians who are cool. Who they got rainfalls and fucking eagle flies. The old fucking wise one, and then his fucking mental, his crazy son. His son that's like just wants war. So they're living in a reservation. They keep saying, fucking like the white man's took over all this shit, and they're just being put back into this reservation. And then like the fucking the government are like taking their horses and shit, so they're like driving them out. So you start helping them, and you meet. Is it
They
eagle
don't
flies?
do it, are they really? You only meet them. It kind of seemed like a side quest to me, but
It
because
did,
it was
yeah.
yellow,
Yeah,
I thought, wait,
yeah.
it's not.
It kind of were, but it makes sense later on because
It
this
then emerges
yeah,
to
yeah.
the thing then, doesn't
So
it?
his rain falls and an eagle flies as his son,
Yeah.
and he takes you up into mountains and he's like, I'm gonna get you something to help you with that cough. So you're like, oh, maybe these are gonna fix Arthur up. Maybe they're gonna fix him. Maybe because I've gone a certain because I chose to help him, then you'll work him out. But no, they literally just give you just what you know, what you normally know. So you start working with Indians and you meet him, you meet his son, and you start getting a good relationship with his son. You help him rescue some horses back. And then you find out he wants to go to war on it, son. He said, I want war. I want a fucking war. And he's like, that's a war you can't win. You can't go against army. You're on horses with bow and arrows. They've got Gatling guns and fucking hundreds of men. You've got no chance. But they go anyway. They turn up to go for war anyway. Yeah. So then they come back, and Dutch and all your camp and all your crew, what's left, they come back and like, we help us fight. And Dutch works with the Indians, doesn't he? For his own reasons. But he works with them, and he's like, that's it. He goes, yeah, we're going to help him. He goes, we don't ever let no one fucking go in need.
It's a fucking plot to
it was a plot. There's so much more going on to the story. We're just fucking glancing over it. We're just hitting up some highlights.
Loads of twists and turns.
But this is by far my favourite mission in game, when you help the Indians in that big war, because it's proper like a war.
It is, yeah.
There's all your camp, and he says to everyone, doesn't he? He's like, who's riding? And Charles are riding. Sadie's like, I'll ride. Micah and all that. Micah and all that. They're all like on it. But at this point, there's been lots of tension with Dutch and Mike, between Micah and Dutch with Arthur. They're like Arthur's always been Dutch's right hand man, but at this point he's kind of pushing Arthur out a bit, innit? He's always with Micah.
That's because Arthur's like not agreeing with some decisions he's making.
Yeah. And to be honest, there were quite a few times I'm like, Arthur, like, just spare with him, man. He's looked after you all these years, and that's probably why Arthur did go with him a lot of this time.
It kind of, since that you found out that Arthur were dying, he like changes opinions on stuff, his views on life.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he very much so. Yeah, his views on life change a lot.
Becomes a lot more humble and a bit like not wanting to hurt people.
He's not as hot-headed
stuff,
anymore. Yeah, definitely. Once he finds out he's going to die, kind of thing.
And that's probably about time he starts losing it with Dutch. Remember,
it probably is. Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't really clock that, but looking back, you're right. So anyway, you go and do this big war with Indians. So it's all your camp, about fucking 30 Indians against the army in a big factory, and you're running in like that. And they're like, Arthur, you take that load, and Sadie and Charles are like, we're riding with you. Then all other Arthur crew go off that side, which is like Billy and Javier and Micah and Dutch go that side with them Indians, and you're proper running in like
it's like a film, innit?
Proper like a film. And I'm there hitting L1, getting my guns up, more guns that I want. I'm like, right, I want my shotgun, I want my sniper if there's any from far away. And I played this mission loads of times. I kept dying, but only dying because whenever I'm playing a game like that, I like to look like I'm impressing the rest of the crew. Like when they're hiding behind stuff, I like to run out and be like, boom, boom, boom. And they're like, yo, look at him running in, taking them out. But it took me a lot, and I kept doing it that way, and it took me a long time.
It makes you feel like that though, doesn't it? Because it's that realistic.
Yeah, proper good. Because by this point I proper loved Sadie. Like anytime she would be behind the thing shooting, I'd be running next to her like, I got your back, Sadie, shooting, fucking protecting her and that. So you run in and then a fucking train pulls up, doesn't it, with hundreds of more men run out and a big Gatling gun. Bum, 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 bum. So I kept running up, going to next to the door like that and turning around and bam, bam, trying to shoot him. And then at the end I thought, I've got a fucking sniper rifle. So I went over to the back and just pinned him out. Boom! Just fucking blasted him in the head.
How show was that Springfield?
Yeah, you were mad for Springfield rifle. What were your gunner choice? Was that all you always had?
Springfield and pump action shotgun.
Pump action better than automatic. That automatic shotgun, it weren't as powerful. It took a couple of hits to take them. Pump action generally.
Pump action's pump action, innit?
Yeah, but it
for effect, innit?
That were more expensive. So I thought this is going to be a pump action that's quicker, so you can go like bam, 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 bam.
I found my thing, the semi-automatic shotgun.
Yeah, you found it in a armoury cupboard.
I robbed an old woman.
One of your side missions.
No, she wasn't even a side mission. She was
a little side thing.
Just an old woman sat in an house, and I went in and she assumed that I was someone else because she said, "Oh, just put it down in the basement." I thought she was bringing some groceries or something. Yeah. So I went down in the basement, I seen this shotgun in case, and I thought, sound. So I went upstairs, carried on nicking, she caught me, starts throwing bits of bread at my head and that. So she said she was going to fetch her sons. So I thought, we'll fucking fetch them then. So she goes, and I waited for ages, they didn't come. So I just left it, and then about a couple of days later in real time, I saw that same house again. I thought, just pop in there, see if she's still there. Walked in, door just flew open for I had a chance to. 4 sons just come flying out. Fucking had me, and it automatically put it in dead eye, blasted them all, and she's there like, bastard, with gun shooting, and I fucking blew her head off with a shotgun. Yeah.
So yeah, this is it. Probably getting to this is like one of not the final mission, but like that's your
Big
final
mission,
big
yeah,
war,
yeah.
and I loved it, proper good, right, enjoyed it. And by this point, I'm so invested in game. I was running into this mission, and again, my heart's going, and I'm proper like proper into it, like so more into it, as into the game as you can be. I'm so invested.
Like a film, it is.
And obviously, at your house, you've got kids and you've got cat running about, and that's so it's always probably always a lot of distractions at yours. But at mine, it's just me. Claudia's at her mum's and I'm just playing this for hours with fucking quilt like that on my head, proper getting into it. Not eating her out, just proper playing this game. So I was so into it. So then after it, this is when that mission happens and then you get fucking shot. You get knocked down, don't you? You don't get shot, but you get took to the floor.
Down, yeah.
And Dutch can help you, and he doesn't, and he walks off because.
I will go mad.
Well, there's been a bit because John says before. He says when I got we don't even talk to you. Got to break John out of prison. You got to break John out of prison in a hot air balloon.
Every mission you want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's fucking everyone.
We should do a play fucking mission by mission. But John gets kidnapped, and after Guarma, you go rescue him out of a prison, and he tells you, which is a whole other thing. Which last stage is you got to go in a hot air balloon and shit. But you find out that he says, "I swear, Dutch saw me on floor and he could have helped me and he didn't, and he got off." He goes, "I've just got it in back of my mind." He goes, "I can't be sure, but I swear when Dutch saw me go down."
No, when John says that, that's about when you're on train and you get shot.
No, way before this. Do you know when he got arrested?
Yeah.
He goes, "I swear Dutch saw me."
That's
and then,
like bang.
Yeah, and then what he says is, then after this has just happened with Dutch now, moving forward, he says to John, he's like, Dutch fucking, because Eagle Fly saves you and then he gets killed, doesn't he? And then you're telling John after, and he goes, "I knew it." He goes, "I knew that he walked off." He goes, "He's done same to me what he did, same to you what he did to me." And by this point, Arthur and John are back like brothers, aren't they? They proper rekindled the relationship. And all this point, Arthur keeps saying, doesn't he? He's like, "We're getting off." He's like, "Me and you, we're doing one." And then after he says to Sadie, innit, he's like, "Me, you, John, we're gone."
Well, all he cares about Arthur, innit, is making sure John's safe.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously
and
got
Sadie's
a kid
like his
in
best
it.
mate now.
Yeah.
So after that mission, you and Sadie go off and you take all rest of O'Driscoll's out, don't you? And she says to you, doesn't she? She says, "Arthur, I think you're my best friend in the world."
Yeah.
So you've took all O'Driscoll's out, you've got a very good relationship with her and with John, and you've got to do one final big bank job. All the way through the game is like, we need to do
train
this.
robbery.
We need to do train robbery. We need to do one big final score so we can get enough money to get a boat, buy it, and fuck off. So you do this train robbery.
Which had been pre-planned.
Is this before you and Micah and Dutch killed fucking Colm? No, not Colm, what's his name? The main fucking law guy, the old bloke who's got Inwit Baldhead working for him. Inwit Mustache, and he comes off a boat and Dutch says, "Sell me." He goes, "Give me that boat." That's
the first thing that he really does to antagonise that Pinkerton, you know?
Yeah,
He's
Pinkerton.
trying to get a rise out of him, innit? So you like kill that guy, that like right wealthy bloke, don't you? Then you blow train track up.
Yeah, but it's, yeah. Oh,
so
yeah,
all
yeah.
that
Oh,
stuff
so
you're kind of like
before.
doing to like make it all make sense.
Yeah. So at this point, you're doing a fucking train robbery, and that's right good. And this is not a blag. You don't get caught out early. You end up with cash, and you're like, nice. There's you, Javier.
But then he fucks John O. Then.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
so John's on the fucking train, and he gets shot off. And then you're like, oh shit, John's got shot.
And Dutch says, "I'll go back and get him," didn't he?
Yeah. Dutch goes, "I'll go and get him, you carry on." And then when you get back to camp, he's like, "Where's John?" He's like, "Oh, he didn't make it. He didn't make it," kind of thing. So you're like, "Oh, fuck, that's fucked." And then Sadie, some reason you go off with Sadie to take that bald-headed guy out. Is that Pinkerton?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to take him out, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're in top of a lighthouse.
No, because he kidnaps John's wife.
Oh yeah, he kidnaps John's wife.
That's all you
think John's dead at this point.
Because when they said to Dutch, "Look, we need to go and get her," and he's like,
"Oh yeah, that's it." Yeah, he goes, and he didn't want to get John out of prison either, did he? We ain't got time for that. I'll handle it, kind of thing. So yeah, you go behind his back. 'Cause he's right pissed off when John turns up, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, so you go behind his back to go and get fucking John's missus, you and Sadie, and that's a right mission. She's like, "You cover me and I'll go in." And you're at top like that, and you're shooting, bam, bang, taking guys out.
That's because at this point you're fucked. You can't even. Well, he's dying, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fully dying.
His stamina's always down. You can't eat. You can't even eat big
Yeah,
meals,
you
can
can't
you?
eat
With
big
him
meals
choking
anymore.
and stuff.
So you're shooting at this top, and then you see her running, and I love when it goes in slow mo. When he's slow mo went out there, I'd pop a guy in the head, and it goes poof, in slow mo, and you're like, yeah, man, it's proper like a movie. Music's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
the music's proper, like some Ennio Morricone on fucking next level orchestral shit. And Sadie runs into a building, and then you just see her go down, and I was like, "You fucking cunt, no!" And I run down, I'm running over because that's my fucking best mate. Yeah, Sadie's my mate.
In fact, I did actually, because when blokes are coming, I was a bit like, "I don't give a fuck, mate," taking bullets from him, just running through.
I ran in, and she goes down, and then you bust in, and she's tied up on the floor. So is his missus. You're like, what's going to happen? And then you get gun pulled on your Pinkerton. So
and she fucking murks him, doesn't she, Abigail?
Abigail murks Pinkerton. And so yeah, you go back to your camp, and fucking This is when it all gets peak, innit? You go back you get back to your camp, and you send her off, don't you? You send Abigail, you tell Sadie, you go get her to help, and we'll send someone to you. He goes back to his camp. You find out almost everyone's left now. They're just Javier, Billy, Micah, and Dutch left.
Yeah,
back at camp.
you see. You go and get somewhere to safety, don't you? Sadie and Abigail. He gives it a bag of money, tells them to go to Eagles Landing.
Wait at a point. Eagles Landing, something like that. Yeah, he says wait
and
there.
Then he's going back to camp, and it was from that ride where I would just...
Oh, yes. So
because he's saying his goodbyes to Sadie.
Yeah, because he knows he's going to die, and he knows he's dying.
And then music come on, and it's just like that fucking
starts choking
wavy
you
camera. And that. He's just,
he puts his hat on, doesn't he? His hat from first part of the game, and you're riding back, and you're like, oh, this is...
It's like the first time he's actually accepted, I'm fucking going to be dead soon.
This is my final ride. And at this point, he thinks John's dead and all.
Yeah,
so I think his whole thing is like, I'm just going to go back and fucking have it out with Dutch. Oh, because he's found out Micah's a snake.
Yeah, he
found out Micah and that other, and his Dutch's wife at ones that's been fucking getting them fucked up, getting them grassed up, yeah. So they come back to camp. Dutch ends up shooting his own wife or something like that. Or that might be earlier on. Anyway, by this point, there's hardly anyone left. You go back to your camp and you're going to tell him that Micah's a snake, and you turn up, and then Dutch is there. And this is when he says, oh, John didn't make it. Or maybe it's before, I don't know. Anyway, John turns up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's like, you fucking left me. He's like, oh, sorry, I had to go. I thought you were hurt, kind of thing.
I think Arthur kind of calls him out before John comes, because they'll start laying a gun at each other, him and Micah, and he's like, he's a fucking snake, Dutch, he's a snake. And then Dutch is a bit like, who do I aim gun at? And then people start siding with Arthur, and then John just turns up like, I've got your back, Arthur, do you know what I mean? It's like, I think so. I can't remember.
Either way, you all end up being there, and it comes out, you say, Micah's a snake, you left him to die, what the fuck's going on, kind of thing. And then lawmen turn up, don't they? Law just run in, bam, 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 start shooting everyone, so you're like, fuck, and then Micah and all that run off, they're like, you can deal with them, boys. They fuck off. So you end up having a big shootout, and then you fucking
fuck off through caves, you and John.
Yeah, you fuck off through caves, you're proper trying to escape, you get
but
to
he can't breathe, can he, Arthur, at this point?
No, he's fucking dying. He's proper on his arse, man, bless him. So he gets to the top, he gets on his horses, and you're both riding off from fucking Law, aren't you? And then worst bit of the game for me. The worst bit of the game. Bear, I told you I'd had this horse since the start of the game. I've been playing it every day for 2 weeks, 8 hours. My fucking horse gets popped, and it fell to the floor, and I hear that noise, and I'm like, no. And he turns around, and horse is fucking popped on foot, and I just see my saddle, and I'm like, no, they've killed my horse. No acknowledgement, they've killed my fucking horse. I fucking start getting choked up. I start getting little bits of tears in my eyes, and I'm like, there's no way you've killed my fucking horse. There's no way, and there's no way I'm gonna, and there's no, and I'm just like, oh, I can't deal. So you walk, then you run off, you run to John, don't you? And John's like, we need to go, we need to keep pushing. He's like, I've done all pushing I can, and he's like, you need to move forward, and he's like, nah, and he goes back to his horse, and this is what proper got me crying. I was crying my fucking eyes out. He goes down at horse and he says, thank you. It's like they knew that I'd had that horse from the start. I know it did that to everyone, but whether you've had that horse 2 minutes back, that horse had followed me into hell. I took it on some rape missions, running up fucking mountains, sliding off, reviving it every 2 minutes. Anytime bounty hunters come off me, I'd jump off my horse and tell it to go so that it didn't get shot at, because I knew it could happen to you.
Even in all that time, innit, where he's getting shot at, he's ready for down, he's still got time to go back and say thanks to horse.
Oh mate, proper fucking choked me up. I was, at this point, I'm crying playing the game, and I'm thinking, am I actually crying playing a PlayStation game? I'd had games like GTA 5 that I'd finished, and I was like, oh, I'm proper wounded, it's over. But this was like
I've
the
never
next
cried
level.
At a game before.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
Which bit?
Not that bit, the bit before that.
When we were riding up. But I think it's because you knew we were going to die and all, because I told you we were going to die and all. I didn't know. At this point, he could have not died. Something could have happened where he survived. I didn't know. But I knew it was like final stand when that music come on. But when Horse went, it just got me. And I'm crying playing game, and I'm like, you fucking cunt! I want to fucking kill all these cunts. I don't care if I die now. I don't care. I'm taking these cunts with me. So I'm shooting in it, and then you get to the top, and that's when he says to John in it, he's like, keep pushing, and he says, I've pushed all I can push.
Yeah, I'm done
because you go on,
it.
and then you can choose to go back for money or go with John. And I thought, why am I going back for money? I'm dying. I'm going to save my boy.
It sure me and I make the same decision. It makes me wonder what you would do.
I can't imagine there's hope that you do getting that. What are you going to do with it? You're dying. Big fucking chest of money, and we're going to horse. Anyway, we both went, and you let John go, and you give him your hat and your satchel, and he's like, what you doing? He's like, I won't need it. It's like, where I'm going, I won't need it. I'm fucked. I'm dying. I'm done. You need to fucking go. Go to your missus. Go to your family.
And you have a fight with that little prick.
And then Micah comes out and you have a rate scrap with him.
Rate scrap.
Bang, bang, blasting fuck
Can't
out
believe
each
he
other.
didn't kill him because he's right near that cliff edge, and I thought, one more time, fucking, I'm going to knock you straight off
we're
this
both
cliff.
going oh. We're both going oh. So I thought that's what we're going to
You
happen.
do go like a bit of a cliff, don't you?
You
down.
do. Yeah, and
you're always having it.
And he's hammering you and all. There's a part where he's fucking murking you to fuck, and you're like, and it goes on for ages. It's like that fight from They Live in fucking corridor in alleyway. You're just fighting for ages, busting fuck out of each other, and then Dutch turns up for a minute, doesn't he?
You get gun out. I can't remember. I don't know if Micah or I think it must be Micah gets it out. You knock it out in his hand, and you're like crawling to go for it.
To get for your gun.
And just as you're gonna pick it up, Dutch stands on your hand.
Yeah. And this one you're like, right, there's no going back now, Dutch. Everything up to that point where like you could have seen it as like it was misinterpreted. Yeah. If you thought I were a snake and you went by that point, it's fucked. And Micah. And then Dutch is there and he's like, he's a snake, Dutch. He's a snake. He fucked us all over. He's the rat. And he were like, come on, buddy. No, that's not how it was. And Dutch just walks off and leaves him. And then he fucking just turns around and he just blows your head off. And I would just like, I would just jaw dropped. I was watching
blows your head off?
Micah. He fucking puts one straight in your head.
Didn't on mine.
What did he do to you?
No. He fucks off and then old lawman come. And I'm just there having a shootout like, bam,
Were you?
bam, bam. Yeah.
Micah popped me.
And then I go crawling off into a little cave.
And then what?
And then you just watch it sunset and die.
Shut up, really?
I swear to God.
I got fucked up by Micah. He's like that. After that happened, fucking Micah, I can't do all. There's no cuts scene. Micah fucking shoots me in the head, picks me up like that, and goes bang and blows your head off. And I'm just like that. And I'm watching it, fucking jaw dropped, like, oh my fucking God. And it didn't go white and then like start again. He blew my fucking head off. I'll show it you on YouTube. He blew.
I died in front of the sunset.
No, that's more fucking poetic. I got visceral as fuck. Boom!
Yeah,
blew my head off.
That's
and
mad,
just
that,
fall
innit?
back like that, dead. And then the game just fucking fades to black. And I was just like that. Oh my fucking God. I couldn't believe that's what had happened. And
that's why when I was saying to you, I wonder if you can go back for Arthur's body. That's because when I'm watching that sunset, camera like pans out and you see his body on cliff, and it pans out again and you can see it proper in distance.
Really?
And I thought, that's
bro.
showing you that cliff for a reason, do you know?
I'm gonna have to go back up.
That's mad, that.
Micah shot me in the head. Yeah, that's mental. But it shows I had a little different. I know there's lots of different endings. Maybe I didn't. I didn't fight him good enough. Maybe you fought him better, and that's why you got shot by Lawman. What did Micah do when you?
I can't remember how he fucked off. Dutch backed off and fucked off.
Yeah.
And then I can't think what happened with Micah, whether he just walked away or what. Or, I don't know if he just like laughs at you and leaves you because you're fucked, you can't breathe.
Oh yeah, no.
I know that you're like crawling away from Lawman and stuff, and then you like stand up and they just start blasting.
Proper like John Marsden's death in Red Dead.
You like crawl into a cave and he just like gets himself right comfy tucked up and he's just watching either at sunrise or sunset.
So it's still sad.
Yeah,
mine were brutal. It was boom, blowing head, and I was like, what the fuck?
I'd have been going mad.
No way. Yes, so I'm like, you fucking dirty cunt. And then it fades to black. So that's sort of fucking super spoilers. But this is when like no one else had done that. Everyone's on chapter 3 and I'm like, I need to talk to someone about this. It's the fucking raw. I'm proper upset. I phoned my fucking girlfriend to tell her I love her. I was proper bad. I phoned her last and I'm like that. Are you okay? She's like, what's up? Thinking someone's died or something. I'm like, fucking kill my fucking horse, man. And she's like, what do you mean? I go, they killed my fucking horse. I had it from the start of the game. They killed it, Claude. And she's like, what, you on your game? And I goes, because it's so stupid. I'm laughing and crying at the same time. I goes, it's so stupid. But it proper got me. And the thing is, in real life, I'm not a very emotional person. Like, I get angry and that, but I don't like, someone can die in that, and I always kind of phase it over, like, wait, it's shit in it, that's what life's like. And then I think when something pulls the plug on me, all my shit comes out that I've bottled up for years. Yeah, so it might just be that, but it proper fucked me up. And then it skips, doesn't it, 7 years or something later?
Several years, yeah.
So it says several years, but so if your kid's like 5, he's like 12 now, yeah. So it's been a fucking, it's about 7 years. And you're playing as John all of a sudden, and you're riding a car, and he's got a big beard, and his family's with him, and I'm like, right, no weapons,
no fuck all. It's like a fresh game.
It's like a fresh game, and this is called Epilogue Part 1. So I don't know how far you're into Epilogue, so I'll just keep going, and then you tell me where you've got to. Because you've not quite completed it, have you?
Yeah, but I'm fucking out.
Yeah, no, you're very close. You ain't just got to.
Just don't know the final.
Yeah.
Verdict.
Which should probably be a different fucking story now. Yeah, you've been playing.
Fucking might be.
Yeah. So basically, you've got no job or nothing, ain't you? You just turn up in Strawberry.
She wants
with his
him
missus.
to be legit.
Yeah,
she don't want
legit.
him to be a fucking outlaw.
I don't want no gunslinging fucking man around my youth and my fucking family.
So you've got to go and get a job and fucking Well, basically.
Back in the day where you got a job like that, just walked into Grocers. Who's got a
Hey,
job?
buddy, can you give me a job? Sure thing, man.
Sure thing. Take them boxes and this is there to deliver them, and I'll drop your money off like back in the day when it reads.
And it does feel like beginning of a total new game.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
it?
But I didn't like it. I played 1 or 2 missions and I thought I can't do this.
I preferred it.
felt
I
like-
wish that the game, the full game, started that way.
I felt like
To-
post-traumatic stress.
Because it makes you feel like you're building a character up. Whereas when you first put it on and you come as Arthur, it's like, oh, you're an outlaw, you wanted in Blackwater. It's like, fucking hell, all right, you know nothing about him.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you do get to learn that, but I think with John Way, you kind of like build it up. You're like, oh yeah, man, I'm fucking on it now, and this is why I'm doing.
I
what
suppose
I'm
it's
doing.
a bit like thinking it. It's a bit like in GTA, like Franklin, you start from nothing, but Mike, he's
Yeah,
already
he's
like an
already-
established
yeah, it is
dude. So
exact
it's a
same
bit
as
like that. So yeah, you go back and you're doing these missions, working on a ranch, and you're milking cows and fucking
literally
ranching
shoveling
horses,
shit.
shoveling shit, literally. And I'm just like, this is fucking bait. This is not. Where's Arthur? Where's my horse? Where's my fucking sick crew? And I didn't like it. It took
Fucking
me-
sick collectibles. That's what I
all
was
sick
thinking.
all shit that you collected. I phoned you in it, and they were like, Slacky, I don't want to ruin game for
You
you.
lose everything.
But you're doing all these missions, killing gators and that, and I don't know if you're going to be able to take that shit with you.
And,
You might wanna
I
wait.
even thought that night after I'd spoke to you and I were on headset with a couple of other lads and I'm saying, look, I don't know if I want to carry on. They're like, why? I said, because I've just found something out that's making me not want to collect fuck all else until I've completed
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
in case I lost it all.
Yeah, yeah.
But luckily I haven't.
So yeah, you start doing this. You're working on a ranch, and then some blokes turn up, don't they? Some other outlaws turn up, starting to give shit to the ranch, and you deal with them, and they're
Let
like,
them know, innit?
you deal with them, and they're like, oh, you're good, you're Andy, aren't you, with your gun and your fists and that kind of thing. And then
I just got lucky, mister.
yeah, yeah, and Abigail's they're like, what you doing, John?
Yeah, yeah.
She started to piss me off for a bit. Abigail, anytime
did
you
me.
know, she's like, John, what you doing? You're
I
all
thought
right.
you were
I'll just let all
ungrateful.
fucking farm get robbed, and I'll let us
Ungrateful
all get
bitch.
raped and fucking killed
Yeah,
by a
yeah.
gang because you don't want me to punch anyone.
They
So-
gave me permission to fuck them
yeah,
up,
yeah,
so I'm fucking them
and they're
up.
paying me nice for it. So what's the problem?
Get us
kind
an
of thing.
house.
Oh, you've got a fake name. You're called Jim
Jim
Milton.
Milton.
Jim Milton. And no, there's that nice little bit. There's a few nods to Arthur throughout this now, because like he's reading a book and he's reading King Arthur, and he has like
yeah.
Arthur Lancelot, and he goes, I like that name, and he goes, yeah, I like that name too, son. So you work at this ranch. There's another good bit where the ranch gets like invaded at night, innit, and they get some horses still. Something happens, so you ride off at middle at night.
fuck 'em all up.
Music's fucking playing. You've got long johns
Yeah,
on,
but
haven't
it's
you?
all weapons still.
Yeah,
I
all-
love when he
yeah.
got that chest me.
Yeah,
And he's like,
he
gives him-
pulls chest
drags
out.
it and it's like-
Oh, I did a thing, mate. So because you've got no guns out at this point, have you? I might have one
No.
handgun or something. And
No, you've got nothing.
You're riding back from Strawberry with your little kid, and then you get spotted.
Get jumped, don't you?
Yeah, and I fucking murked them all. Put hat on.
Yeah.
We got rid of flat cap. Put hat on. Put all guns on my back, and walk back to camp with all guns on me. Hat. And she's like, "What the fuck's that?" And she didn't mention it. Like, where'd you got all guns from? He just said I got into some trouble. So, but yeah, you've got all your fucking shit anyway in a trunk, and you open it, and it's all Arthur's guns, in it. So,
All his stuff,
Arthur,
all his
obviously,
art.
yeah, you've got all Arthur's stuff, Arthur's art, all guns, and that's when it started to pick up again a little bit more. I'm like, right, I'm not ranching animals for the fucking remainder of the game. So you end up getting a loan to get your own ranch, and you start building
She
up.
fucks off, doesn't she?
Abigail fucks off because she's like, I can't be doing with this.
So you kind of want to prove yourself. She wants to
But
buy.
I think she's a fucking
She wants to buy a piece of land, doesn't she, in Beaches
Yeah,
Oak,
like, let's be legit.
which is the house, obviously, from original Red Dead.
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
live.
So you basically go back to the original place of Red Dead. You meet up with Uncle.
And
When did you
Charles,
meet Uncle before? He was part of your crew, but you didn't really do much with him. He's
Just
part.
a fucking drunken liability.
But we're always in crew, yeah,
every
yeah.
time he took you on a mission, it was fucked. You know.
Oh
when he
yeah, that's him. Of
says,
course.
Caesar, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get there and
He
he's
goes,
fucking
yeah,
bare
I've
man
got a
everywhere.
tip. I've got a
Yeah,
tip
he's
kind of thing.
fucking shit.
So, yeah, so you end up meeting up with Uncle, and then you go back and you start building up
And then you
ranch.
find Charles.
And then you hear about Charles. You go to
Bare-knuckle
find him, and
boxing.
he's bare knuckle.
I thought I was going to be fighting me. As soon as I
Did
knew
ya?
they were, because I'm sure on last Red Dead, they had like bare knuckle fight school.
They
thing.
must be.
I'm
Maybe,
sure
you
they
know,
did.
maybe there's a version where you do it. You can go back.
Or
To,
maybe
maybe you can go
online,
back.
it might
Maybe,
be
yeah, go
online.
back and you can do it. But he's a right big cunt, isn't he, Charles? You don't realise how big he is. I
Yeah.
like him when he had that plait and all like that down
Yeah,
his
he's a
fucking
bad
hair.
man, innit? He
Yeah.
had like shaved head, didn't he?
Yeah,
Flat
and
down.
he's like, I'm building a ranch. Do you want to come? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll come and help on a ranch kind of thing. So he's on your ranch, and then you fucking meet. You get a letter from Sadie, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, oh, Sadie,
No, you have
she's back.
you have letter from Sadie when you're working on that
Oh
farm.
yeah, yeah, and she says if you ever want any
Telegram.
work, I'm working bounties now. I'm always in this bar, so
You're
straight
open
away
up
I'm
bounties.
straight down. Even though I'm not John anymore, I'm not
Yeah,
Arthur
yeah.
anymore. I'm John. It's a different relationship that she got with him. But you go back and she's like, John Marsden, I thought that was you. You got
It's
big
years
beard
ahead,
still.
innit?
Yeah, you still ain't cut your beard down. You can't cut it for ages because there's no barber there.
No,
It's like 3 barbers in the whole fucking game.
it is wank for that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it. I didn't really check. I had a brief look. There were anywhere that you could change clothes. I mean, in your camp, you could change your clothes or get or shave yourself.
Yeah, hit your own face.
Whereas
You
it
could
used
do
to
it,
be, didn't they?
you could, but it weren't like very fucking easy to find. So yeah, you end up doing some bounties with Sadie, building up a relationship with her, doing some stuff with Charles on building up your ranch and trying to get Abigail to come back.
It.
Yeah,
is it like a bit of a mini game?
Yeah, you had to
tap
like
X to knock hammer in.
lift up the thing, put it in.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it were like a mini game. I didn't really mind that. And obviously, you're building your own ranch. You're not just ranching someone else's horses. You're building your own base.
You can see progress each day as it sunsets, innit? How much you've done and that.
But she keeps mentioning to you, doesn't she? She's like, I know that Abigail don't want you doing any of this. She's like, but when I find Micah, you want his name, don't you? And he's like, no matter what life decisions I've made, my decision stays that when we find where Micah is, he's getting it. Yeah. If you've done that bit, yeah, but she's talking it. She says
where's she?
I think when you first speak to her, she says like, "Oh, have you heard it from Micah?"
No, but she's actually, now that Abigail's come back, Sadie turns up.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And that's where she kind of says, and she says, Abigail, look, I don't mind you doing this for money, but
it's
all
legit,
to do with
it's
Micah,
Norman,
you fucking leave it alone.
Yeah.
And that's probably kind of about where I am there. Really.
So this is will be spoilers for you then. What happens? So you don't mind all the talking about.
I don't mind.
So yeah, you're back at the fucking ranch. And you have to do some shit. You end up proposing to your missus and doing all this kind of thing. She's already married, but he's like, I want to be legit married. That's when you got to take her to fucking cinema and do all this other fucking stuff. You go and take a photo and that. But I've done all that before. Yeah, good at Nando's and fucking have a drink at that cocktail bar. So, and then you go back from that, back to your mission, and then Sadie turns up at your house and she's like, Arthur, and Charles is there. Oh, they talk about Charles and all. He's like, I'm living with Charles now. She's like, oh, I always liked him. You give him my love. And he says, come up to the ranch. She's like, I don't do well with people. She's like, I've been through shit. She's like, I don't do well with people. But she turns up to the ranch for the second time, and she says, and Charles is like, Arthur, get out of here. And it's Sadie. She's like, I know where Micah is. She goes, I found one of his boys drinking in tavern. She goes, we get hold of him. He'll lead us to Micah. So then Abigail's like, are you for real? Are you really going to do this? And he's like, I'm doing it. Nothing in the world is stopping her. And she's there screaming at you, come back, John, come back. And all three of you ride out. Oh, yeah, you haven't got to this bit yet. Yeah, so she's screaming. And then all three of you riding out. You're like, right, we're going after Micah because we've got to go to Strawberry. There's a dude there that drinks that's part of Micah's crew. We're going to find, who the fuck's that? They just need to just go, don't they?
Fucking popular guy, aren't you?
Yeah, so you go to Strawberry and there's a dude in a bar. You got to find him, get hold of him. And then you put him on a hangman's noose and you're like, where the fuck's Micah? And he's like, I don't know, I hate Micah, he hates me, he's deserted me. You're like, where the fuck is he? And he tells you, and then you can leave him or hang him. I'm just fucking hang the cunt. And then you've got to ride up and it goes into like a cinematic thing and it's like a mission because the time works different, innit? If you ride up to the mountains in Red Dead, it's like 3 days or something. So you're riding up to the mountains with Sadie and Charles and you go and have a camp. You have a campfire and you're eating food and that kind of thing. So it shows how long it takes to get up there. And then you've got all different clothes on and you're up in snow.
Is it?
You're free. So it reminds me of like Hateful Eight or like it reminds me of that death mission from Game of Thrones, but the Magnificent Seven go after to get a zombie. Proper got that feel. The last 3 remaining guys that all fucking hate Micah for different. They killed all them were so good friends with John differently, weren't they? But we are for all 3 were individual friends. So they're like, we're going to fucking get this cunt. So you're going off into the snow, and then you're like, right, we're going to have to go off our horses from here. So you're walking up like that. Again, mega spoilers here. You're walking up, and boom, Charles gets popped. Not dead, but he gets popped and drops to the floor. And he's like, fuck. He's like, I can't go on. He goes, I can go, but I'm way slower than you. He's like, you go up here in front of me. So Sadie's like, come on, we got this. And you're like, up this mountain, like, we all rocks position. You're
don't
like,
say that bitch gets shot.
Just keep watching, listening.
Fucking hell.
You'll be wounded. Bear in mind, I love Sadie, innit? Oh. So you're like this. So you're behind rocks like that, and they're shooting down, boom, 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 boom. And you're shooting up, bang, bang, and you're getting right up to the top like that. It's proper nice, and like it's not nice, but it's like, boom, boom, you're taking them all out, all right. You're getting these fucking so many in this crew that Micah's got. You get to the top, and then you're like, where the fuck is he? And then Micah's got Cleet and that other guy. He's got 2 blokes that are with him all the time. They both look like, she's saying, he goes, do you remember him? And he goes, yeah, one of them looked like a weasel. She's like, they both look like fucking weasels. There's Cleet and someone else. He brings them in on one of the last missions. He's like, these are my boys, they're going to help us. They're right like side characters, but they're Micah's boys. So you go up there, and then they come out, and one of them gets hold of Sadie and just goes, fucking shanks her like that. Bang! Proper big blade in her like that. Fucking bleeding like fuck, drops into the thing, and I'm like, no, proper pissed off that she fucking got shanked, and she drops to the floor. She's like, I can't go on, John. She's like, you need to leave me here. And he's like, I'm not leaving you. She's like, we came for Micah, not to save me. You need to fucking go after Micah. So at this point, music builds up, and you're like, right, that's it now. I'm on a right death mission. So fucking that other cleat comes up, and then it goes into Deadeye because he's like 4 guys stood there with guns. You go boom, 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 and then this next mission you fight for about 50 blokes through snow, proper getting shot, boom, 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 shooting them all with music playing like that. And you get right to the top, and I've saved loads of fucking Molotovs, so I'm dynamiting Molotoving, getting right to the top. It's proper sick war, and you get all the way to the top of this thing, take loads of people out, and then fucking Micah's there, and he's like, "Oh, long time, John," and you're like, "You know why I'm here, don't you? Because I said I'd fucking come after you." And he's like, "Oh, he's like, you'll need more than just you," kind of thing. So you're having a shootout with him for ages, and it's ages like boom, boom, one of them shootouts, ducking and diving kind of thing. Just shooting it out, and then eventually like comes out like that with his gun kind of thing, for like the fucking standoff, and they stand off like that, and you're just about to fucking shoot him, and then you see fucking Dutch stand out like that.
No.
Different outfit, like all fur. Because they're living in snowy mountains, cold as fuck. Dutch comes out, he's got a gun to them both like that, and then Sadie turns up and she gets involved. Sadie comes in with knife or something, tries to get hold of Micah. I think she might shoot Micah's gun out of his hand or something like that, like one of them. But then he gets hold of her like that. So he's got gun to her. You've got gun to him, and Dutch is like that. So Sadie's there bleeding to death in his arms, and he's got both guns, and it's proper intense. Like, I don't know what's happening here. And he's like, "Dutch." And he's like, "I can't believe you're still running with this cunt." He's like, "He sold us out." He's like, "You didn't listen to me. This cunt sold us out." And he goes, "Think back, everything he did. This was Micah." And then like Dutch is like looking, he goes on for ages, then Dutch just goes bang and shoots Micah like that. Yeah, so Micah drops Sadie. No, in armour, so it drops Sadie, and then it just goes Deadeye like that. And obviously, so you could, and I just went like that. Bam, 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 bam. Full fucking clip in Micah's head. Bam, 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 bam. Like that, and obviously in his head thing, but in game it come onto his chest, and he's like that fucking walking around, proper shot up, and he just drops like that. And then Dutch just says something like, "I'll be seeing you," or something, and then he walks off like that. So then you just stood with like Sadie fucking bleeding to death in your arms kind of thing, and then it just phases out gay. And then but she's all right because she's all right. Because I was proper wounded. I thought she was gonna die. She saves you, and at this point you don't know what's happened to Charles. He's shot down at bottom, and then she's like in that fucking. Because I've just looked in that building. There's a fucking trunk full of money, and it's all money that never got spent from all that money that was saved all this time.
Big G's, big bills.
20k
is it
in a fucking trunk? So you take that 20k, and then she's like, "Come on." She's like, I'm not dying here. I've got a wedding to go to."
So it ends nice.
Yeah, it ends nice mission, and then it ends with them having a wedding.
I didn't think it'd be like that.
And she's like that at wedding with fucking shank chest. I
thought Dutch were done for the game. I thought that were it.
Yeah, no, he couldn't. And he made sense because he needed to know Micah were a cunt. Because Micah was a cunt.
Yeah,
and he even said, he goes like, Dutch has turned like this because Micah's in his ear. Hosea were like telling him wisdom. Micah's filling his head with shit, turning him into some dickhead. So, yeah, no, it were a good thing. Obviously, Dutch is in Red Dead, and that's a whole other story with Dutch later on in Red Dead. But I think that you and Dutch always have like a love-hate relationship. He's like your dad because he raised you, but he's got different ideals. So we don't want to shoot you, and you don't want to shoot him, but you just clash heads on so much stuff, and you're both products of such different eras. He's a product to where outlaws were the only thing you needed to be, and Arthur and John are part of an age where it's like he's not becoming that anymore, and you've got to adjust to a new world, and he don't want to. So yeah, it ends with the fucking wedding, so it ends on a nice note. And when you're riding off, I forgot to say, when you're riding up into the thing, Charles...
No red wedding then, no.
No. Charles says, like, I think I'm going to get out of here after this mission, because I think I'm going to head up to Canada, find a missus and a wife, and have a kid and that kind of thing. And Sadie's like, "Oh, he got the family bug." And he's like, "What you going to do, Sadie?" She goes, "I think I'm going to find me like a rich, handsome man to fucking be his bodyguard or something." Yeah. Or she goes, "I've got some gold miners that I protect down in California." So she goes, "I'm going to get off."
No, it's good that she...
Yeah. So
Does she turn up in... Old Red Dead?
No.
Have you looked into it?
Yeah, she's not in that. Charles and her are in it. So Charles goes off to Canada, he says, after that, and she goes off to California.
No reference for her now?
Not yet. Maybe online or something, you end up doing missions for her.
No, I mean in the original game.
No, not that I know of. Arthur's not mentioned in the original game. That's why, because it was weird, he was such a big character and he's not even mentioned in Red Dead. But yeah, so it just entered, and from that point you've got your ranch, you can free roam, you've got a dog and all this kind of shit, and you can, there's like a thing at your ranch where there's like a fork fucking symbol, so I think you must be able to still have to muck your ranch out, and that's why you learn it all later. But I'm so glad it ended on a high, because after all that tragedy,
sounds fuck that ending.
Horse getting dead, it's sick, it's proper sick, it's like a movie, and I'm so intense playing it.
Like my next mission I think is to take...
you've got to take kid for a fucking
fishing
and take her to cinema, and then you're on death mission. It's fucking when she got shanked, I was so like, no, don't kill Charles, don't kill.
I thought
Sadie.
she was gonna die though.
Too much fucking, I did. Oh yeah, because they allude to it and all, because she's just before that mission. You'll have been on that one when she's like, "Oh, aren't you scared of dying?" She's like, "I don't care about dying." She goes, "I want to die." She goes, "I'm dead inside. I want to die." kind of thing. So you think, oh yeah, she's gonna
I
die
thought
heroically.
because I know that she weren't a main character in Red Dead. I would have thought, she'd have to die to make it sense that she weren't in Red Dead,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I can't remember if there were any reference to her or she appeared once.
Not that I fucking know, but I know that Finger.
There's some of the stuff they've been clever with that Rockstar,
Very
aren't they?
clever, very clever. I need to watch some Easter egg videos. There's these geeks on YouTube, innit? And they're like, the 100 Easter eggs you missed in Red Dead, and they'll tell you all fucking things you missed. I ain't done none of that yet, so I've got all that to look forward to.
You've got all shit to find.
Yeah, I've got to do all shit to find. So overall, it's the best fucking game I've ever played, and no game has ever roped me in storyline wise. Like all the other Rockstar games always roped me in. Manhunt and fucking GTA 5 roped me in so much. I was so in love with them characters, but not like this. This was like a next level. I felt sick when it had finished. That was like, oh my god, this is it now. There's no more missions to do with my crew, because now they've unlocked loads of other map. All bottom of map that you can get to now is all unlocked. You can ride all the way towards the Mexican border.
The thing is, it's like how much.
And there's loads more little bits and mad missions. How much more is it
to do? I mean, just animals alone. I've only done, I think, 101 animals I've killed out of 178. And I was pretty sure I'd searched 4 corners of that fucking map.
There's so much
obviously, apart from the animals that's on Cuba.
The thing is, there's different types of rabbits and shit.
I know there's
like
dogs.
6 different rabbits,
chickens,
dogs, everything.
There's 12 12 types of snake.
So, yeah, if you want to 100% it, which I know you'll probably do, you'll want to do all that. I'm not that bothered. I want to see all my shit.
You don't need to do that to 100%. You only need to do 50.
What for?
To get 100% completion.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's loads of more shit. You found some mad shit. You found a dude. I found this dude, and you go to him, and he's just like a question mark on map, and you turn up at his house, and he says his name. I forget what his name. He talks like a New Yorker. It's like Francis. He's like, I'm looking for some rock carvings, and there's some rock carvings. He proper talks New York, and he asks you to find these certain rock carvings that are right hard to find. So you have to Google.
There's only
to
10
find
in
them.
all game.
Yeah, 10 in all game. Then they're not in the vicinity of his house. But then when you go back to his house, he's a little baby in a woman's arms, isn't he?
Yeah, weird thing. Yeah, went back to house to. Because once you got the rock locations, you could either do it one at a time. You had to mail where they were, send it to him. So it don't matter if. And then once you've done all 10, you then got a message back, a letter back saying, "Look, I've got a surprise for you. Come see me at my house."
Yeah.
So I thought, oh fuck it, because all these carvings are like. There's one with pyramid on it, people worshipping stuff in. It's got all stuff that's like, War at Worlds looking pictures.
Proper, like,
and that.
Time travel theory.
And I thought, there's going to be some fucking alien or something.
Yeah, he reminds me of someone who'd be like in a fucking like a Jules Verne or George Orwell book or something. Not George Orwell, yeah, like Jules Verne, kind of like time travel-y, like but in like turn of the century. Kind of times, gonna first men on moon, mysterious island kind of fucking time. So not that much further than Cowboys a bit.
And when I got there, one of the weirdest fucking things ever. Went in. I don't know if he just walks in off. There's no answer at door. Walks in. There's just a big billboard on wall. Just all like fucking, like if it were like a detective's crime scene. Like the strings going to all mad shit. And I thought, he's found something right good to show us. And then this woman comes in with a baby in her arms, and he's like, "Oh, are you Mrs.?" I don't know if his first name's Francis or his surname. Say his surname's Francis.
Yeah.
So he says, "Are you Mrs. Francis?" Yeah. She says, "Are you a friend of my husband?" And he says, "Yeah." She says, he says, "Is he around?" She says, "Oh no, he's dead." So I thought, fucking hell, something's killed him. He's discovered something recently and it's killed him. And they were like, "Oh really?" She says, "Yeah, he died about a year back now." So like you can see, look on his face, confusion. Arthur's like, "What the fuck? I was talking to him a few days ago."
Yeah.
And then she says, "Oh no, it's just that's it, man. Just me and baby, whatever baby's called is him." And when you look at it, it's got same colour hair and this like mad birthmark on his cheek. So all it turns out is you don't gain nothing for it. It's
just a mad little story.
It's a mad little thing.
There's one where you fucking have to capture a lion, and it's a proper lion.
It is a real fucking lion. I couldn't believe it.
Building
up
to it, some bullshit in it.
Yeah, because it makes you think that he's not a lion, then, innit?
Yeah.
Like when you start mission, I mean, obviously mission is you find like a broken down on-road circus, innit?
Yeah.
You've got to retrieve his animals. You've got to retrieve a zebra, a tiger, and a lion. So you retrieve zebra, which is actually a mule that's painted like a zebra. You retrieve tiger, which is a cougar painted as a tiger. So when you go to get lion, you think, fucking hell, it's going to be not this, innit? But it is actually a lion.
Because he goes up and doors, it said dog, it's a dog in there.
Like, it's a goddamn hellhound, all this barn and all. He's like, move out of it, goes in, and I thought, where the fuck is this little shit? Then you hear old barn rip off, don't you? And it fucking goes and kills everyone.
Yeah, it murks bear people.
And it is an actual big fuck off African lion.
And when you go to shoot it, it just goes instantly into Deadeye, because I tried to rope it a few times or bow and arrow it and like take it so it didn't kill it.
I wanted to skin it, mate.
Yeah, you can't skin it.
He takes its paw.
His fucking hand. You turn it into an amulet.
I know, I meant amulet.
What's amulet? Just like increases your stamina a lot more.
Yeah, I've got loads of amulets, they all do different stuff.
Yeah, that's all it is. Take it to a fence.
Imagine that. I want to turn it into a big fucking like king's coat me with lion crown, lion mane on it and that. Yeah, what else did I find that I'm mad? Found Bigfoot. It's not called Bigfoot, but it says
giant man.
It's as good as.
I found that tiny church, just a weird little church.
In swamp.
Yeah,
with the
for no reason, like a little, like an Annabelle little
haunted church. That's what
church.
I said to Mitch. I found your church here.
And you write down you take a little sketch, don't you?
My book's
a tiny
full of
church
sketches.
for small ceremonies. Vampire, talk a bit about that vampire.
In St Denis, there's like graffiti on walls. Well, not graffiti, just writing on walls like mad, like riddles. And then when you go to these different places, obviously it takes ages to find them. I had to look on the internet where these locations were. I found first one, and then I just wanted to know where the rest were. And then when you found them all, it actually makes the shape of a pentacle when you put them together. And then it's
mad, that, isn't it? That it's actually a pentacle.
But then he don't do nothing. He don't even refer to it it's just like. Surely he wouldn't have gone.
Is it just one of them like that mission with that time travelling dude? It's like what is point in this? Is even
but less than that, because he didn't even react to it. He just sketches it in his book, this shape, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, this is something mad. Yeah. And that's it. He never mentions it. And when it gets to evening, you like get a bit of a flash on your mini map, like someone's being attacked or need help. You see a little cross in an alleyway. So I thought, fuck, that goes down, and he's the vampire sucking a woman's blood, screaming. Right.
It looks like Nosferatu.
So you like confront him a bit, and he's saying like, I've been around for hundreds of years, leave me alone, or you're going to be next. So you can choose what you want to say, antagonise him.
Of course, antagonise him.
So I said to me, well, like, shut up, you goddamn idiot, and he comes running over with dagger to blow his head off. So now I've got like this mad dagger.
And when you collected all dinosaur bones for
I got a Stegosaurus dagger. What else? I did all dream catchers. What did I get from dream catchers now?
Another fucking amulet.
Yeah, something like that. A piece of something to make another amulet. Legendary fish.
Oh, you've done all fish, all hunting.
I've caught legendary fish.
Only that catfish that you've not got yet.
That's the last one, yeah.
But kills the guy that's asking you to get
kills the bloke. But apparently, because there's challenges.
Yeah.
I think it's the Master Survivalist Challenge. That catfish is the last one in that challenge. So until you're ready to do that challenge, you can't catch that fish. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to have to do all them challenges. They take piss, them though.
Yeah, there's so much to
one
fucking
of them
do.
Collect every 42 herb on map.
Really?
After you've been given the challenge. It don't matter what you've got now, you've got to go fucking back and get them all. Depends how much you want.
You found an albino gator, haven't you?
Fucking hell, that bull gator.
There's a giant dead snake in a tree.
See, I've not found that.
Shit, yeah.
I've never seen that. That gorilla one at maddest fucking things.
Tomb thing is good. Viking tomb.
You
get a helmet and an axe. These are what's full of dead people. You found that room with all them people that had done a fucking sacrifice together.
But I've never found that since.
And you've not seen no Ku Klux Klan, and I've run into them 3 times. Or have you now?
Yeah, I blew them all up.
Yeah.
I found them twice. I blew them up once. That second time, I stood there and one of them set his son on fire.
Really?
When he goes to like cross.
Yeah, they're probably idiots, aren't they?
He sets his son on fire, so they all run off screaming. So I just chased one with black on a wet leader and just blew him away.
Last one I went to, they were there like, I thought there'd be 25 of us, and there's like 4 people nailing up a cross or something in the middle of fucking woods. What is that?
Yeah, that place where they'd done that sacrifice together. I've never found that again, and it were only. I mean, that was one of the first things I found on game.
But you know now that the game changes a little bit because it's in future. When you go to Valentine now, there's like a whole fucking like gypsy camp set up next to it playing a theatre.
Some buildings have changed. There were buildings there
in wood before frames.
Others weren't there at all, and I've been like, fucking, I don't remember that being there because I've looted every house.
And it's set. Obviously, it's 7 years later, so bare.
I saw an house blow up over there, when I was playing it.
House blow up.
Just blow up on its own. We're in New Austin, just riding along with this blue house. And I thought, when you think, I'm fucking having that, I'm robbing it. So as I starts going towards it, it just went, BAM!
No reason,
just blew up, and I was
such a random game.
What the fuck goes on? It was just full of like big like boiler, kind of like moonshine, that's what they've been making in there. So just random, it blew up.
There's one where meteors rip through a house, isn't there?
See, I ain't personally seen that.
Yeah,
I know what it is.
Found it. Just like a hole goes for ages, then it's a hole through a fucking house.
It goes through an house, all trees are all. And then you get a piece of meteorite from there.
Oh dear, but you don't do it with it.
I think you turn that into an amulet.
There's a thing, there's a house, like a little town I went to yesterday called Pheasant or something, Peasants or something, and it's a ghost town. And you do a little sketch when you get there, and it says, I found an abandoned town. And it says, like, plague, keep out, painted on the walls.
Well, if you go and find burnt sheriff's house, there's
loads of burnt houses.
No, in that little town, the sheriff's office,
if
you find the burnt out sheriff's office, there's a gold bar in there.
Fucking piss them now with 20 grand in my fucking bank account.
20 fucking grand. I had to hustle, mate.
yeah. That's mad. And all there's that bit where you go to that proper ghost town that's like near a beach that's got the lighthouse in it, and you've got to fight that big like fucking pinhead. That like
that big freak.
Yeah, that big freak
circus.
Pinhead guy.
Did you do the second mission of that with that midget?
You got to find that little dwarf dude who's like throwing stuff.
Fucking,
but
like
yeah,
Tyrion
so that
Lannister,
town,
innit?
Yeah. There's some bits where you can see ghosts. I ain't done it yet. There's like some bits you go and you hit your fucking thing not to like do your
dead eye.
You hit your 2 triggers and he goes into like stalk mode, doesn't he? When he's looking for animals, track mode, and apparently there's some ways where you can see some ghosts, some freaky shit, but I ain't seen that yet.
No, I ain't seen.
But there's loads of weird bits. There's loads of funny bits. It's got everything.
Alien, an actual alien spaceship.
I ain't seen that. I've seen it, a picture of it. I ain't like
that.
Whereabouts is that?
You find a map in snow somewhere. Could be anywhere.
Deal with that. Pick that up.
You find 2 people proper froze with map in their hand.
Oh yeah, you said about. So it's got to be up in snow somewhere.
Yeah, it is. It's actually near where Bigfoot is and all.
All right.
You find that map and all it is, it shows you like a landscape and then like some mad symbols to the sky. So you have to like work out where you would have to be stood to get this same view. Do you know?
Yeah.
Which we did find, and then if you get there about, I think it tells you find another note later on at some point in game. Like I said, my fucking satchel's full of notes and letters.
You can upgrade your satchel, and when you go to the fence, you can get a bigger one, and the actual fence will just give you more storage and stuff.
Yeah. And then if you go to this place and you see fucking flying saucer come all like.
You actually see it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Does it take a cow or
something?
something?
It just goes on this house and then just.
I need to see that. I ain't done that yet.
But he don't even react to it.
That's only thing, innit?
He don't be like, fucking hell, falling off.
Or when he goes back to camp, you've just seen a lion, you go back to camp, it'd be funny if he were like, do you know what, I've just fucking seen a lion, no word of a lie.
I mean, they won't be able to put that in game,
no,
they won't know what audio do.
There's very few things that I don't like about it.
He don't even draw it down. He don't even reference in his journal. I took a picture so I knew. I've just seen a fucking UFO.
Yeah, it's fucking mental, yeah. Yeah, there's and then I found like a weather mast thing in like bottom right corner past Saint Denis. So I think Saint Denis a bit further up in mountains, just like a mad tower with a big fucking sphere on top, like a big.
There's like Snake Rocks up there, isn't it? Is it called Snake Rock? It's like a rock formation that you can't really. It looks like bumps like that. But then when you climb up this like watchtower and look down, it's a shape of a snake.
Maybe that's fucking my ass or fuck knows.
Yeah, but it's on ground. Flat, it's not high.
Oh, I didn't know. I mean, that might be that tower I've got up, that weird fucking tower, big sphere on top.
And that's where one of treasures in this. I've done all treasures and all.
I ain't done no treasure. So I've got all that shit to look forward to now, and you've got Death Mission to look forward to. So I think we've covered enough, man. We've just ranted for nearly a fucking hour and a half.
Fucking go and put it on now.
Yeah, play some more.
I need to finish that mission.
Yeah, and obviously online's coming, so which is going to be fucking unreal. So that we'll do another podcast when online drops and talk a little bit about that. Like when that drops, we'll
apparently end of month, but I would have thought. There hasn't even been no online trailer yet.
No.
So it's but you know who knows with Rockstar they like
just
doing
drop
stuff
shit
like
like Netflix. Oh, by the way, we've just dropped a new fucking season or something without telling any.
So we'll see.
Yeah, man. But that's our thoughts on Red Dead so far after having it for like 2 weeks now and like basically fucking devoting our lives to it for the past 2 weeks. And like I said, we'll come back and we'll do another one for online. And if anyone seen anything that we've not seen yet, because there's loads, we didn't talk about a pirate ship or finding a Spanish helmet. There's all the other stuff on there, so we'll try and cover that a little bit more when we do the online thing. And obviously there's a glitch, isn't there, to get into Mexico at minute that's not finished. You can get into Mexico with a glitch if you look on YouTube, and we think that's maybe where the online starts, in a Mexican prison or something like that. But yeah, there's loads more to fucking talk about. But we could talk about
every
it
day. You just
every day
stuff,
we
literally.
ring each other like, what the fuck, check this I've just found kind of thing, where are you and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm Theo Kane, that's Slack. This is the Slimehouse podcast. I'm going to start doing more of these, just like talking about random stuff, like not low down shelter podcasts, just talking about like current things that we're watching or playing. But yeah, man, until then we'll catch you in the next one. But for now, we're gone. Boom.
See you in a bit.
As always, thank you so much for checking out the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. We're also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And on top of all that, we recently set up a Patreon, so please check that out and find out how you can help us make Slimehouse bigger and better than ever. Don't forget to check out all the other cool stuff on our channel, and we'll catch you next time on Slimehouse TV.